Well, Frank, 10 rounds, Tyson Fury retains his world title. Tell us what you just saw.
I see him only controlled the fight from round one. We knew what Derek was going to do, and I think he just broke him down, and was never in any sort of trouble himself, and he got rounds under his belt, which he really needs.
Do you think he wanted to get a few in and take it in a little bit? There was one round where he started singing "Hey Baby" as well. Do you think he wanted to take it in a little bit?
Yeah, with him, he's his own man. He has a plan, and I genuinely think that at the end of the day, I think he could have stopped him earlier. But you can't take nothing away from Derek. Derek come to do what he does, which is march forward and whiz over those big right hands trying to clash him. He caught him with a couple of good shots during the fight, but he's different level above all of them, Tyson. And now, obviously, fans loved it. They all stayed. Normally fans all slope off at the end of the fight. They're all there, and then we've got them two terrific fights now, so mate.
Well, look, it's the Tyson Fury show, isn't it? I mean, it was 94,000 at Wembley, 60,000 this time. He's been doing thousands on his tour as well around the country. What a phenomenon he's become.
Well, he has, hasn't he? And it's because he's a man of the people, and I think people identify with him. And you get these, it's like, before the fight, we won't sell the tickets, we won't do this. It's proved time and time again that, what he is. I mean, he's got record, was it, that fight with Wilder in the States, that was a record box office. He's broke a record at Wembley, and today we could have had, tonight we could have had much more here, but we had this problem with the railway station closing down, and the only way we could, they wanted the first bell at 9 o'clock is a killer for us, and the only way we could extend it was to cut the capacity. Otherwise we'd have probably had 65, 70 in here.
Well, look, amongst
the 3rd of December.
Remarkable. I mean, it was cold, but everyone stuck around, didn't they?
Everyone stuck around. They all enjoyed themselves. They all had a good sing-song. And it's exciting. Daniel Dubois' fight was very, very exciting. Too exciting for me at my age. But that was quite... And he got himself, he got himself back into it. I think he got caught with that headshot, and that definitely hurt, discombobulated him. He's, typical first round, top of the temple. And he damaged his leg. And you noticed that he sort of went down without getting hit, and I think that was just something was wrong with it. But you could see it as in the second round that as he was shaping up, you could see he couldn't put no weight on that leg. But in the end, his power came out, and I'm quite pleased with the result at the end of the day. For a show that was going to be a crap show, turns out it wasn't again. So we had a good show, and the youngsters on the undercard done extremely well. I thought young Royston looked good. I thought...
he only needs 30 seconds these days, Royston.
Oh, jeez, thank you. And that shot he threw, that absolutely... but that's because he's maturing. Remember when we signed him, he was only a kid, so he's getting his strength, his man strength now. So I was pleased with him. And I think Mr. Atumia, he done brilliantly. He boxed really well, set his man up, and he's clever boxing, and I was pleased with him. They all done a good job, the boys.
Well, look, thousands were in attendance tonight, and amongst those thousands, there were two heavyweights that watched on and couldn't help but get involved at the end. Alexander Usyk and then Joe Joyce as well. Initially, Joe Joyce apparently was just filming on his phone, and Adam Morley went, "Get in the ring!" And he did. So,
and he's a good manager, by the way.
So what happens next then? I mean, there's all this talk of Undisputed. Usyk was there. I think they sort of made a bit of a message to each other as well in the ring. What are the next steps, and are we going to see that next?
That's what we're all working on. We was working on all that for now, December anyway, until, obviously he couldn't fight, and he gave his reasons why, and confirmed that we were there. That's the fight we're going to make now, and we're going to work hard to get it over on.
And in terms of Joe Joyce as well, obviously very much part of the picture, literally in the picture tonight. I mean, they were doing selfies together. There was video.
Joe's, he's the interim champion. We're in good shape as far as all these fights. Some great fights to be made, and we haven't got. It's not going to be hard work to make. We're not dealing with lunatics. We're dealing with sensible people, and we'll get them over the line. So this is going to be next year. We're going to have at least 3 or 4 of these going. That's for sure.
What happens if when Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk fight? How does that fight go?
What do I think about it? I think Tyson will stop him.
Why, too big?
I think he's too big. He's much too big for him, and I think not even so much that he's even too big for him. I think they're quite similar. They've got good boxing brains, but I just think Tyson's just everything he's got better than USYK. If you understand what I mean. USYK's a really good. He's a great cruiserweight. He's been a good heavyweight, but I think looking at the two of them, Tyson's in every box that you tick, he's better.
Well, also USYK, 12-round decision against Derek Chisora, in which he was in a bit of trouble. Can we look? Should we look at things like that?
Yeah, that's another point that I was making before the fight, where you can look at that and see, and and it showed.
How are you? We haven't seen you for a while.
Well, I've been struggling. I had a couple of operations in my back, as you know, and not been out for a month, and I've got I'm having a big one on it next Thursday, and hopefully that'll cure the problem I've had for a while. As you get older, bits of you fall off and so forth. So I've been struggling with this spine problems, and which I've had a disc replaced and everything, and it's just what they've done up to now has not worked. But I'm having, as I say, the big op next week, and hopefully that'll sort it out, and we can. I hope I can hit the ground running or even walking in 2023.
Well, look, it's been great to have you back. It's been great to see you ringside tonight. Congratulations.
I miss it so much. I mean, it's a different thing sitting at home watching it on TV, but being there is nothing like it. And being around Tyson is just a joy.
I'm glad you got yourself here, and hopefully the op solves it.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.